I took another week off making these vlogs, and yet despite that I've gotten very little done just due to, general baby things and the rift in Dead by Daylight taking up most of my time. I'm always willing to scream myself red in the face about how battle passes suck and how they can just generally kiss my ass, but there's something about the Dead by Daylight battle pass that I can't keep myself away from. Maybe because it's like the only online game I play, so dropping a couple of bucks every 3 or 4 months on a pass, which in turn grants me the premium currency to buy the licensed characters with, I suppose is the reason. I still don't like them, but behavior's kind of got my balls in a vice grip on this one. And speaking of characters, there's also a couple of new lads coming, and while they certainly struck a character design goldmine with that Survivor, what the fuck is that new killer? His power looks interesting, and his perks seem kinda cool, I guess, but I can't stand his design. I saw a YouTube comment that said it looks like Dwight when he's off his meds, and now I really can't take it seriously at all when I look at it. Not scary, 3 out of 10, see me after class. Aside from grinding rift shards though, like some kind of addict, I've also made a decent chunk of progress in Grandia 2. I lost one character to a story beat, and it got replaced with a robot chick who fights with rings, so that's pretty cool. Also, that robot chick is voiced by the same lady who voiced Mei Ling in Metal Gear Solid, which is even cooler. And shortly after that happened, there was a cutscene where Ryudo's brother turned up, and the quality of the writing just seemed to completely shit the bed.
You foolish automata, interfering. Ha! My brother, why do you oppose me? Why do you not simply lay down and die? What is left for you now? Do you still believe those stupid pipe dreams?
Pipe dreams? But you're my brother! How could you crush my dreams and everyone's ideals?
Despair itself is the only true joy. Anything you do is completely useless. Everything is pure fantasy. Fools. I once felt the same. Before my rebirth.
You are no longer my brother.
Our hopes and dreams were cursed from the start. Let me show you. Yes, at that star-crossed place back home.
I mean, the writing in Grandia isn't exactly Shakespeare to begin with, but it's okay. I mean, and then this scene happens, and it sounds like the writer's maybe 12, 13-year-old child took over for one scene, and once the scene is over, and you go to the next area, the parent comes back, and the writing goes back to being kind of just okay again. It's very odd. I'm now in the middle of doing a dungeon, which is a mountain covered in molten grape-flavoured fruit roll-up, and if my very limited memory of the game is accurate, which it might not be, the boss fight at the end of this section is going to be particularly difficult, so I should probably take a little bit of time to grind up my skills and skill books and, get some levels or whatever. Aside from Grandia though, I also finished The Misadventures of Tron Bonne, which I thought was a really fun game. There were some things I actually didn't do, such as the last few, block carrying puzzle stages, and I didn't explore the free roam dungeon thing, at all. And I also had no idea what the purpose of leveling up the Servbot stats were for, but, in the short amount of time I engaged with those mini-games, I had a good time. There was one mission that involved kidnapping horses that I thought was particularly annoying, but aside from that, the game was, overall pretty great. Maybe a little on the easy side, but, the silly Saturday morning cartoon vibe and the short runtime made it an entertaining experience. Give it a go if you haven't played it. It's definitely worth checking out. I also had a go of a browser-based game called AI Dungeon, a site I have known about for a while, but have only tried recently as part of a review request on the stream. I tried to play the game as crass and obtuse as possible, opting to play as a detective in a mystery scenario that would shoot anyone he came across in the face with a shotgun. After a while though, the AI kind of got stuck in a bit of a loop, so I decided to try and throw it off by having my detective character do beatbox performances for his victims, which, after a while, led to my character using jungle breaks to mind control the Chicago police force and raid a death metal club, where I then converted the patrons to drop their love for metal in favor of drum and bass. This is the kind of thing that could only really happen in a game like this. I tried to end the story by shooting myself in the face with the aforementioned shotgun, but the AI told me that the only thing I suffered was a mild concussion and kept going. And at that point, I'd run out of premium AI actions, which you have to pay for, I think, so I just stopped playing there. Not something I would personally want to spend a ton of time on, but it was a fun distraction either way. There's also a community-made kind of content section, which seems to be full to bursting of stuff about either being dominated by or dating anime girls. I'm not judging, but it's not something I'm going to engage with, like, at all. So that's it for me this week. I'll try and pull myself away from Dead by Daylight to actually have more stuff to say for next time. I'm going to go grind some Grandia 2. Peace!